What's up? What's going on? This is the George on Tap show. Always what's on tap in sports around the world. Let's talk about Bryce Young and being benched as a number one overall pick quarterback and just how disappointing he has been. But first, make sure if you like to bet on sports and you're in a state that doesn't allow it, check out Rebet. Rebet is the first sports book that's using like sweepstakes to be able to bet on sports. You can use real money, and on Rebet, using promo code on tap, you will get 100% bonus on your first deposit. The way it works is you deposit say $50, you get something called Rebet Cash, and that Rebet Cash, once you win a bet, let's say you win a $50 Rebet Cash bet, you can actually convert it to real cash and deposit it to your account. It's called a sweepstakes, but it's the only way you can bet on sports in multiple states, including the state of Washington, California, and Texas. So let's talk about Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a guy who has been absolutely awful. We talked about him. He's been on our Three Stooges. He's been so bad that he's already lost his job through 2 weeks of his second season in the NFL. Sad, yes. Deserved, also yes. I want to kind of go through this and look at the first overall draft picks in the last, however long it's been, including Bryce Young. And I feel bad for the dude. He's been awful. He said he's upset, but I mean, the only way to fix that is actually by playing. And we don't need to go all the way back. But let's talk about number one overall pick quarterbacks. Caleb Williams so far this year. Well, I saw a stat today that no first round draft pick quarterback so far this year has thrown a touchdown pass through 2 weeks on 196 pass attempts. The jury's still out on Caleb Williams. Bryce Young, he has already lost his job. He's been horrible. I don't have to come here and tell you all the stats, but he's been the worst quarterback in the NFL so far this season. Trevor Lawrence, 2021. I can't quit him. Personally, I love Trevor Lawrence, but he's been a huge disappointment. Let's be honest. At first, I thought he salvaged it. He won a playoff game. He started off, I think, 8-3 or 7-3 last year. And ever since then, it's been an absolute disaster. I don't understand how and what is going on in Jacksonville. 2020, Joe Burrow. He got to a Super Bowl, but he's been also injured a lot. And I don't know, how healthy Joe Burrow ever will be. 2019, Kyler Murray, also injured. Since 2019, injury. 2018, Baker Mayfield. He's on his fourth team. But now it looks like he has salvaged his career. 2016, Jared Goff. He's had a good career, but also the first team that drafted him gave up on him. 2015, Jameis Winston. He's a backup for the Cleveland Browns, even though I do love him. I love me some Jameis Winston. 2020, Andrew Luck. He had it. I swear to God, Andrew Luck had it. I love Andrew Luck. Injuries forced him to retire early. 2011, Cam Newton. And now when you hear that, like 2012, Andrew Luck, and then 2011, Cam Newton, you're like, well, probably by now, Andrew Luck would be a veteran in this league and almost, towards the end of it. It's been 6 years since he's been retired. Pretty crazy. Cam Newton, good career. He went to a Super Bowl. Sam Bradford bounced around the league. Matthew Stafford. There we go. 2009, last first overall pick to win a Super Bowl. But had to do it on a different team. Jamarcus Russell, 2007, maybe the biggest bust ever. 2005, Alex Smith. Bounced around the league, had a good career, but bounced around the league. 2004, Eli Manning. He was the last, other than Matt Stafford, number one overall pick to win a Super Bowl. 2003, Carson Palmer. Had a good career, but not amazing. David Carr. Never panned out. Michael Vick, 2001. I mean, legal troubles kind of derailed what could have been maybe. And then last, we'll take a look at it. Tim Couch, 1999. He played, 1 or 2 years as a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I feel bad for the Browns, by the way. And then 98, Peyton Manning. Like, do you see like all the accolades? We have to go all the way to Peyton Manning in 1998 as the first overall pick to have these huge of accolades. I know Eli was great, won Super Bowls, great player. Stafford's been great. But the last number one overall pick, it was like a can't miss prospect to actually like hit was Peyton Manning. So all my point is here is yes, it's great to have the number one overall pick in the hope of a franchise and know that you're going to get hopefully a franchise quarterback. But a lot of times, well, simply and unfortunately too, they just don't pan out. What's on tap? Texas football. Speaking of Mannings, Arch Manning came in for Quinn Ewers and was absolutely great. I think Texas football, a lot of people are like, oh, welcome to the SEC. I think Texas is fully back. They got to the playoffs last year. Sark has them humming. They're a machine. And Quinn Ewers out, Arch Manning in. They won't miss a beat. And I don't think there's going to be a QB controversy. I think Quinn Ewers will come back to his job. But you never know. Really, like it's one of those things. Yes, I think he's going to come back to his job, but you never know. Let's say, how long is Quinn Ewers going to be out, first and foremost, right? And I think it's a couple weeks. He's week to week. Quinn Ewers questionable for the game. So let's say he's out for a week. Louisiana, Monroe Tech, whatever they're called. That would not be enough for him to lose his job. Even if Arch Manning went in and had 27 touchdowns, it would not matter. If you want to talk about what could happen here, if he doesn't come back by October 12th and Arch Manning is killing it, there's that Georgia Texas game on October 19th. It's going to be the game of the year in college football. And God, it used to be a game like if you lose, you're worried about missing the playoffs. Now it's just like you're both probably going to be in the top 12. But Texas football is in a really weird situation. They're in a situation where an injury to a player is not going to affect them too hard. They're going to be fine. They're going to be able to be good with Quinn Ewers or with Arch Manning. And I want to talk about Arch's ability to be mature. We've seen so many quarterbacks who can't start right away, whether it's due to having someone better than them ahead, not developing, not having work ethic, whatever it is. Oh, I'm transferring to another school. Quinn Ewers from Ohio State to Texas. Arch Manning was like, nah, there's something really good going on here in Texas. Yeah, I'm already in year 2. But if I just stick around and I'm a part of this program, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be the first overall pick in the NFL draft, most likely in 2 years, 3 years, whenever he decides to go. He doesn't need the money. He's a Manning. The support system around him is absurd. It's absurdly good. Overall, I love Arch Manning. His running touchdown last week, his top speed was faster than Tyreek Hill ran all last season. He's fast, he's mobile, he's good. But more than that, more than anything else, he's mature. He's able at this young age, and that's because of his support system. Peyton, Eli, his father, Cooper, his grandpa, Archie. He's mature. He's able to make these good decisions. And that's something so many people are unable to do in life in general. When it gets really hard, they transfer. Not Arch. Good for Arch and good for Texas football. All right, let's talk about the NFL power rankings. And before we get to the power rankings of the NFL, I do want to talk to you guys about Rebet one last time. Rebet is available in 46 out of 50 states. If you use promo code ONTAP, you can actually get a 100% bonus on your first deposit. It's a great way for states like Washington, California, Texas to actually be able to place real bets on sports. Use Rebet and use promo code ONTAP. All right, let's build out our NFL power rankings using Tier Maker, and I like to call this the real estate, right? So there is a bunch of real estate in this world, and I think that real estate is a great way to talk about teams. So we're going to build this first one out together. And I hate all the ads on this website, but what can you do, man? You got ads, you got ads. All right, you gotta make some money too. So tier builder. We're gonna call the first tier Penthouse. Penthouse, New York City. One of the most luxury real estate in the world. What's pretty good? Mansion in Florida. Really nice. Home of pool. Suburb home. These are going to be our tiers. And last but not least, mobile home. Or actually, you know what? Let's do this. Apartment struggling with hope. And mobile home. Those are our tiers for NFL teams. So we're going to go one by one here, and this is going to be fun. The Arizona Cardinals. Let's try to make the screen a little smaller so we can see that all at one time. It makes it easier, right? Let's see how that looks. All right, we're going to build out which team, where does Arizona lie here? Good team, average team. I wouldn't put them home of pool. Actually, I'm going to put them home of pool. Most homes in Arizona have a home of pool, and they got Kyler Murray. He's like your nice pool. The Atlanta Falcons, they're very average. They're a suburban home. The Baltimore Ravens, they used to be here, but they're a home of pool. That pool's Lamar Jackson. All right, who's next? The Buffalo Bills. They're a mansion in Florida. Really nice home. It's not a penthouse, though. The Carolina Panthers, they're a mobile home. This team is so bad, and you cannot fathom how bad this team is. Can you delete row? Yeah, I'm going to be able to delete these rows. Let's delete all these rows. Delete row. Delete row. Okay. The Chicago Bears. Their apartment struggling with hope. Caleb Williams is their hope. The Bengals. They're a suburb. Nah, they're a home of a pool, guys. They still have Joe Burrow and a lot of other things. The Browns. They're an average team. Cowboys. I got to put them on home of pool still. They got Jerry World. They got a lot of big contracts. They got Micah Parsons. This one's a really tough one for me. The Broncos. Struggling with hope. The Lions. The Packers as well are going to be home of pool. The Texans are a mansion in Florida. They're a Super Bowl contender. The Colts are struggling with hope. Same with the Jaguars. Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, this one's easy for you, for all of us, right? This is the best team in the NFL. They are the penthouse. That's where they are. They're looking up there like they're Donald Trump and just looking down at all the peasants. The Raiders, they're struggling with hope. The Chargers, you guys might disagree with me here, but Jim Harbaugh is a mansion. Wherever he goes, he has an opportunity to win. The Rams. Can I add another row here? Can you add row? Add a row below. Okay. We're going to call this hospital. I think I spelled that wrong, huh? Hospital. There you go. Put them above the Panthers. Well, they're a hospital. They're so broken that I have no idea what they can do. Another hospital team. Sorry, Tua. I mean, it's nothing to joke about, but they're in the hospital. You got another suburban home with the Minnesota Vikings. Another apartment struggling with hope with the Patriots. I don't even know what to do with the Saints here. I still think they're an average team. The Giants, they're a mobile home. They're just a dump. The Jets, they're a suburban home. The Eagles as well. The Steelers are definitely a average football team. The 49ers, they're in the hospital as well. We got 3 hospitalized teams, guys. I'm going to leave my Seahawks to last. The Commanders' apartment struggling with hope. The Titans are also a mobile home. Buccaneers are also a suburban home. And the Seahawks are also a suburban home. I love them. To me, these 3, the top 3, all could legit win the Super Bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to put the Seahawks up here too. 11 teams. Mike McDonald's a really good coach. That's why I'm putting him there. I'm going to save this and download the image. I'll just go ahead and do that after the show. And those are my power rankings. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. This has been the Sports on Tap, What's on Tap show with George on Tap. Make sure you use promo code on tap on Underdog or Rebet, and you'll be able to make some really fun bets on sports. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.